Not a single mention of the cartel of organized criminals that have robbed hundreds of billions of dollars from the nation's financial system. Not a single mention of the campaign contributions that are derived from the massive looting of the U.S. banking and mortgage system, and not a single mention of the millions of American families who've been pooch screwed by your pals, Donald Trump. Now, for all those women dancing around in their white pantsuits there, you know, I find the whole thing to be disgusting, particularly the full-term abortion act, the unbelievable, despicable reaction to the passage of murdering a full-term baby before, during, and after it's being born. Absolutely sickening. Now, back to this giant robbery, Donald J. Trump. Your pals at Danks Bank, and your pals at Deutsche Bank, and your pals at UBS, your pals at HSBC, your pals at JP Morgan Chase, and all your bankster gangster pals. You never mentioned them, Donald Trump. Not so much as a whisper. Now, so that people can kind of understand why it is that I hammer on this issue so much. Can you imagine if the resources, the financial resources, of the last few banking fiascos, the last few banking scandals and banking debacles, can you imagine if that money had been properly invested in the legitimate markets? Or, better yet, had been invested in the humanities, providing shelter and food and medicine and education to the children of the world that die every day. How about that, Donald J. Trump? You never mentioned any of that. You just carried on about your stupid, silly, ridiculous distraction. It's all a distraction, folks. Be distracted with Donald Trump's wall. Put you a few air bases. Put you 4 or 5 air bases along the U.S.-Mexican border. Put you 4 or 5 basic training camps, you know, some artillery ranges, military reservations along the U.S.-Mexican border, and then you've got border control. Try trespassing on a military reservation, Donald J. Trump, and see what happens. And oh, gee, golly whiz, let's train our new recruits for the military how to detect and interdict ground-pounding invaders. How about that? There'd be your wall. Use high-tech drones, surveillance blimps, area stats, and let's get on with it. This build the wall, you might need a few pieces here and there. Yes, of course. But Donald J. Trump, how many walls, how much border security could have been invested in instead of this wholesale gangster bankster looting of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and the FHA and HUD and all the big banks and all the Wall Street pension funds? Oh, and let's not forget, Donald J. Trump, all the great big bailouts